Lakers Nation, what is going on, guys? So welcome back to the channel with the new video. It's almost 8 o'clock p.m. as I'm recording it, depending what time you guys are watching. But it's Mr. 81, and I'm officially back. If you guys know who I am, it's Trevor Fields. That's my real name. But today specifically, I do want to talk about free agency and some centers that the Lakers should maybe look at tomorrow when it does begin on Monday. So I'm super excited. I'm hyped up to see who the Lakers do get in free agency. But I know a lot of teams don't want to help the Los Angeles Lakers, like 29, 30 other teams in the NBA know that we all need a center. Like, the Lakers are very desperate at this point, and teams are trying to, ask for the haul. They're trying to swindle the Los Angeles Lakers, so we really have to see what is, really available, what's out there, like the cost and the value of these players. But specifically, I do want to talk about Day'ron Sharpe. He could be an option in free agency. He should be our top priority. But before I get into it and break it down, I'd really appreciate if you guys can keep liking each of my videos so my channel can grow. Really helps the algorithm a lot. Not only that, the audience, make sure you guys keep commenting, sharing. Make sure you guys subscribe as well. We're on the road to 4K subs. So I'm really trying to reach my next goal, my milestone. And I can't do without you guys' support. So I'm going to continue to grind. And also, turn on the notification bell if you guys want to stay updated for 365 days, because it's very important. If you guys don't have it on, then you won't be able to see my videos. But last thing, I need you to do me a favor, is make sure you help your brother out by, following my socials. The links will be down in the description if you really want to talk Lakers basketball. But I'm not going to waste too much time. And let's get back into today's video. So Day'ron Sharpe, he should be the #1 priority. I know I said in the past, videos that I've talked about Day'ron Sharpe, like I'm not the biggest, fan of him. But now that I think about it, and the options that are out there, maybe the Lakers should consider it because he's young, he's athletic, and looking at his size, he's listed at 6'9". I know he's undersized. Some, websites or articles will say that he's 6'10" or 6'11", depending on the shoes he's wearing and stuff like that. But let's just call it for safe. He's like 6'10", right? But he does weigh about 265 pounds, so he's a lower center of gravity. He could bang with the big boys, which he's a big, physical, athletic, big that the Lakers have been looking for. So he's not going to get, pushed around. The Lakers just been looking for that type of center. But he just entered unrestricted free agency after, pretty much your Brooklyn Nets deciding to not pick up his $5.9 million team option for next season in 2025-26 year. But unlike Clint Capella or Brook Lopez, who are just older, right? Capella is like 31 or 32 years of age, Capella, right? And Brook Lopez is like 37 years of age. But Day'ron Sharpe is younger. He's 23 years of age, so he's younger. He's more athletic. He's more versatile. He's mobile and has the agility. But he's shown some promise on both ends, especially defensively. And he isn't the solution to the center position alone, but would be a stellar as a backup, option. And looking at his stats, this season, he did average around 8 points per game, shot 52% from the field, 6.6 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 0.8 blocks, 0.8 steals, and shot 24.4% from 3 on 0.9 attempts. So he's capable of, shooting 3 a little bit. He's not a guy that I want to see him take at least 1 or 2 attempts per game, but hopefully that translates and develop over time. But he's still a player that you just want to grow and develop and work on. I mean, he's old enough to have been drafted this year's class because he's 23, and this is his, fourth, season in the league. It's about to be 5th, correct me if I'm wrong, but he did shoot around 75.7% from the free throw line, which is a career high, much improved than last year. He did shoot around, 61%, right, on 1.5 attempts, but he took 2, so that is much better. Now, if the Lakers can sign him with the taxpayer MLE, which is around $5.6 million. That's what it's worth. But if Dorian Finney-Smith does resign for more money, there can be a pathway to opening up the full MLE, the non-taxpayer exception. I believe it's worth about $14.1 million, released $14.2 million. So the Lakers would have to replace him. And hopefully the Lakers do bring him back. I mean, there's that, option. But he did decline his, player option worth about $15.3 million. So he's testing free agency to see if he could get more money, but in my personal opinion, I thought he should, pick it up because the full MLE is around 14.1 or 14.2, so he's making more money than the full MLE. He might have just, stay, but he's Luka's buddy. I think he's going to come back. He played well, the time after we did trade him. But the only concern is if he does leave us, we basically gave up, 3 second-round picks, D'Angelo Russell, Max Lewis. I mean, second-round picks is cool. It's not like we gave up first-round pick, but he's versatile. He could guard 1 through 5. I mean, I even seen him guard small ball, centers, depending on certain matchups. But he's elite defensively. He could rebound, and he could defend. He could shoot a 3. And he's ideal alongside Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Like, he even said in his interviews and post-games, like, he's never been this most butt naked, wide open on this Lakers team because you got LeBron James and Luka Doncic just, catching the attention or drawing the attention. You get what I'm trying to say, because they have the greatest IQs and they're very good, playmakers, right? But I could definitely see multiple contending teams that are expected to persuade Dorian Finney-Smith beginning Monday night. And the Lakers, return is possible. But let's say it's like 2 years nearly, like the max the Lakers can sign him. But if the Lakers do retain him, which would be the ideal scenario, still, I do want. But supposedly, the Houston Rockets are persuading him. They do emerge as a viable landing spot, according to Jake Fisher and Mark Stein of The Line. And I did see like a trade involving the Houston Rockets. It was like a sign and trade from Evan City the other day. That's like a different discussion or topic I could talk about in my next video. But sources, according to Michael Scott of Hoops Hype, the Brooklyn Nets won't tender Ziaire Williams. And I also want to, talk about him. So I think he's another player that the Lakers should look at. This is his 1 year, $8.35 million qualifying offer that the Brooklyn Nets hope to retain. Williams, this, move does give himself more free agent cap flexibility, but Williams will become unrestricted free agent after, averaging around 10 points per game and 4.6 rebounds. He's young, he's 23 years of age, so he's the same age as, Day'ron Sharpe. And also, Day'ron Sharpe, I forgot to mention, he was working out with Austin Reeves and stuff like that, so maybe he's, trying to recruit him. But he's 6'9", listed. That's his height. Does weigh about 185 pounds. So he has the lateral quickness, the speed to guard, athletic wings and guards. But he does have like a ridiculous, 7-foot, wingspan. But he does primarily play the small forward position. He's also considered a versatile player. He is capable of playing both, the wing positions, small forward and shooting guard, or even filling in as a point forward, using his size and ball handling skills to distribute the ball. And he's a 3-and-D player. He could guard really 1 through 4, but he's just better suited guarding 2s, 3s, and some 4s, depending on certain matchups. But Lakers fans, NBA fans in general, you guys let me know in the comment section. How do you guys feel about, Day'ron Sharpe? He's going to become a good free agent. And before that, he was supposed to be a restricted free agent, but obviously they did not, pick it up. They declined his, team option and stuff like that, right? But the concern was, like, if you sign him as a restricted free agent, then you would probably have to do, like, a sign and trade. That would make it just hard cap. But now that he's unrestricted free agent, there's no concerns about that. He had, like, a qualifying offer. I believe they did pick up, Cam Thomas, but not Day'ron Sharpe or Ziaire Williams. But he's a guy that's athletic. He's relentless. The Lakers need that energy. They need that defense. They need guys that could play both sides alongside Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, because they need athleticism. They need quickness. They need speed. Like, the Lakers lack that. And you're looking at the playoffs. The Indiana Pacers, the OKC Thunder, and NBA Finals is just based off of, effort, energy, and just, fight. You get what I'm trying to say. But if you could get him for the cheap, like, I don't mind it. Once again, $8.35 million qualifying offer. So maybe you can offer him, a vet minimum. Like, have him take a 1-year prove-it deal. Like, I wouldn't mind that, for the low. That would be a low risk reward. But Day'ron Sharpe, like I said, he's ideal. I thought the Lakers should have, packaged him alongside Dorian Finney-Smith when they got, him. And it was for, like, D'Angelo Russell, Max Lewis, and 3 second-round picks. But I guess, the asking price was a little bit high and stuff like that. But the Lakers can just sign him outright instead of, giving some assets and trading him. But Lakers fans, I appreciate the support. Make sure you guys keep commenting and sharing. And let me know in the comment section down below if there's any other free agents you guys want to see me talk about tomorrow. Whether if it's the center position, some 3-and-D guards, or some forwards and some wings. Because Lakers, a center would really help. Like, that would just do wonders. Like, any center that's an upgrade over Jackson Hayes would just be a lot better. Like, I'm not saying if we get a center, oh, that's it. You know, clap your hands. The Lakers are championship contenders. Like, nobody wants to face us in a 7-game series. I'm not saying that. But that's a good start to go with. And then get, 3-and-D guard alongside Luka Doncic and also you'll be straight. And go get some, bench depth and some wing depth. But, yeah, man, I'm out of here. Peace. Cheers.